All right, this is Skadi's roadmap to success, and I just want to go over a few things that we chatted about during today's session. One of the first ones was helping her not jump up and get too excitable when she's coming out of her kennel or when you get home. So I kind of situated myself like right over here so I could show you. So when you get home, if she's in her kennel and she's being excitable and there's other dogs in the house, stand outside until they're calm. They don't have to be sitting and looking bored, but you want them to at least have all their feet on the floor. Start to open the door. If they start getting all riled up again, close the door. And you keep doing this, slowly opening the door until they can stand there, be calm, and you can walk into the house. In the beginning, this is gonna take a while. This could take, I don't know, anywhere between 10 to 30, 40 minutes. But as you keep doing this, if you're consistent, this will drastically decrease in the amount of time that you have to spend on it. The other big component here though is getting everyone in the house on board. If one person's doing it and other people aren't doing it, it will be really hard to stop the behavior because then they'll all be used to getting excited sometimes, and other times their expectations change. So trying to get everyone on board will make this go a lot faster. If that's not happening and you just need to focus on her, just again, walk in the house and then ignore her in her kennel until she's calm and then let her out. If she's still being kind of hyper, you can open the kennel door slowly, kind of like this. Like you start to open the door. If she's not calm, just shut the door. And keep doing that over and over until you can open the door, give her a release word, and she'll walk out. So those are different ways to help her learn how to stop jumping up at you and being too excitable. I'm just gonna stand up, so if you just wanna make sure you're tracking me. The other thing I wanna mention is how to use that martingale collar for getting her to do the loose leash walking. Remember, keep the buckles so they can touch each other when they're pulled tightly, but it's not choking her. It's not meant to be a choker collar. It's supposed to be loose enough that that's nice and loose on her neck. And then wrap it around her belly. And then remember to have the leash go through that second loop towards her head, because going towards her head will make sure that after you do a quick correction, it loosens up on her body and it's not tight on her. When you're using this method, remember you want to pull straight up and you want to do that quickly. You want to go up and down. So kind of like a light switch. You don't want to be holding on, creating tension, because remember, if you have tension, even with this martingale collar setup, she'll still pull because she's pulling against pressure. But you want to pull straight up so you're not pulling backwards, so she's likely to just stop pulling altogether. If you need to and she's getting really out of control, you do several short corrections. So it'd be pull up, release, and you keep doing it until she relaxes. You don't want to hold and keep the pressure on her body. That'll create tension, and then she won't stop trying to pull. Okay, so that's how you're going to work on the loose leash walking. I'll orientate you towards the video above this one for the clicker training. Remember, that one's going to just take a little bit of time and patience to work on, but as you keep practicing that, she'll get so fast at it because she's really smart. So she'll get to the point where you can easily train her probably within a couple minutes to do all sorts of new behaviors. Just remember, each time you click, you still give a treat to make sure you're rewarding that behavior. And then if she is being anxious and doing anything like she's pacing a lot or being just kind of really hyper because you just get home, ignore her until she calms down. Petting is rewarding, so if you pet her when she's anxious, you're essentially rewarding that anxiety kind of behavior. So you want to make sure that you're only waiting to pet her until she's nice and calm. And then and then the other thing that we chatted about in the beginning of the session that I don't want to forget about is digging in the backyard. Set up a camera, whatever you need to do, so you can watch her where it's not associated with you, and make a loud noise outside when she starts digging. If at all possible, you don't want her to associate that loud noise with you, because then she thinks she shouldn't dig when you're around. Okay, but if you make a loud noise and you're still inside, that's where the camera comes in handy. Then she's going to think that when she digs, this loud noise happens that's startling to stop her from doing it. That way she's not digging when you're around, but she's also not digging when you're not around. And you want to stage this. So set this up where you're intentionally ready to watch her outside with the camera, and you're going to make this loud noise that have the other dogs inside so you don't scare them. And you might want to do this a couple of times on a weekend, so that way you are around and you have a little bit of time to set this up. Okay, so last I want to remind you that everything you do trains your dog, only sometimes you mean it.